Life is too short to spend it chasing people who don't value your presence. Too often we give our energy, love, and attention to people who only take, never give back, never appreciate, and never truly care. You might think you're being kind, loyal, or patient, but the truth is, you're draining yourself for someone who doesn't deserve the gift of your time. The moment you realize your worth is the moment your life begins to change. When someone truly cares, you feel it. You don't have to beg for their attention, question their loyalty, or constantly prove your value. Their actions show it naturally, through consistency, respect, and presence. But when someone doesn't deserve you, it always feels like you're the only one trying. You're the one initiating every conversation, holding every broken piece of the connection together, and hoping they'll finally see your worth. That's not love, that's emotional exhaustion disguised as hope. The most painful truth is this: not everyone you care about is meant to stay. Some people come into your life as lessons, not blessings. They teach you about boundaries, self-respect, and the importance of letting go. They remind you that love should never cost you your peace, and that walking away doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're finally strong enough to choose yourself. Think about how much time you've spent trying to convince people to treat you right, people who were never willing to meet you halfway. All those sleepless nights overthinking, wondering what you did wrong, when in reality you did nothing wrong. You just gave your best to someone who didn't value it. You poured your soul into a cup that was already broken, and now it's time to stop trying to fill it. Letting go isn't easy. It hurts to accept that some people you once trusted will never appreciate your loyalty. But healing starts the moment you stop chasing what's not meant for you. You have to make peace with the fact that not everyone deserves access to your heart. Your love is rare. Not everyone should have the privilege of it. Protect it. Guard it like something sacred, because it is. Start redirecting your energy. Invest in people who uplift you, not those who drain you. Surround yourself with those who see your worth even in your silence. The right people will never make you question your value. They'll remind you of it every single day. You'll never have to fight for their effort, because they'll show up willingly, not out of obligation, but out of genuine care. When you stop wasting time on people who don't deserve you, you begin to attract peace, purpose, and true love. You find clarity in your solitude. You realize that being alone is far better than being surrounded by the wrong company. Your energy becomes lighter, your mind clearer, and your heart stronger. You begin to build a life centered on self-respect rather than self-sacrifice. Remember this: the more time you spend holding on to the wrong people, the longer it takes for the right ones to arrive. So stop chasing, stop convincing, and stop waiting for someone to see your worth. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone who's blind to your value. Step away gracefully. Close that chapter and walk forward with strength. You owe it to yourself to protect your peace. You owe it to your future to stop wasting time on people who keep showing you that they don't deserve you. Learn to love yourself so deeply that your peace becomes non-negotiable. The right people will find you when you're no longer trying to save the wrong ones. After walking away from people who didn't deserve you, there comes a strange silence, a calm after the storm. At first it feels empty. You might miss the chaos, the messages, the attention you used to fight for. But slowly that silence begins to heal you. You start realizing that peace is louder than their noise ever was. This is where your real growth begins. In the quiet space where you choose yourself for the first time in a long time. You see, healing doesn't happen overnight. It's not a straight line where you instantly forget everything. Some days you'll miss them. You'll replay moments in your head and wonder if you made the right choice. That's normal. Healing takes time, patience, and honesty. But remind yourself, you didn't walk away because you stopped caring. You walked away because they stopped trying. You didn't lose them. They lost someone who genuinely wanted to see them happy. Choosing yourself doesn't mean you've become selfish. It means you've finally learned the difference between love and attachment. Love uplifts you. Attachment drains you. When you love someone, it should feel balanced, safe, and fulfilling, not like you're constantly begging for a fraction of what you give. So when you choose yourself, you're not rejecting love. You're rejecting disrespect, neglect, and one-sided effort. That's growth, not guilt. Start pouring that same love you gave others back into yourself. Wake up and do things that make your soul happy. Reconnect with hobbies, goals, and dreams you abandoned while trying to please others. Spend time with people who bring genuine positivity into your life. Heal in ways that remind you who you were before they made you feel unworthy. You'll notice that the more you invest in yourself, the less you crave the validation of people who never saw your value in the first place. It's important to remember, you can't heal in the same environment that broke you. So don't keep checking their social media. Don't keep hoping for closure from people who already showed you they don't care. Closure doesn't come from them. It comes from your decision to move forward without needing their apology. Real peace is when you stop waiting for an explanation and start giving yourself permission to move on. As you heal, you'll begin to see how much energy you wasted trying to make people stay who were never meant to stay. You'll realize that real love doesn't need to be forced. It flows naturally. When the right people come into your life, you won't have to chase them. They'll match your energy, your effort, and your heart. You'll see that love isn't supposed to hurt. It's supposed to feel safe. The most powerful transformation happens when you start focusing on your own growth. You'll begin to attract better friendships, better opportunities, and better energy, because your boundaries will protect you from anything less. When you respect yourself, the universe aligns you with people who do the same. You stop settling for almost love, half effort, and temporary attention. You start demanding depth, honesty, and consistency, not because you're difficult, but because you've finally realized what you deserve. So forgive yourself for staying too long. You didn't know better then, but you do now. Every tear, every disappointment, every heartbreak taught you something. How to recognize red flags, how to set boundaries, how to choose yourself. And that's something to be proud of. Healing doesn't mean forgetting what happened. It means learning from it and refusing to repeat the same cycle again. One day you'll look back and thank yourself for walking away. You'll realize that losing them was the beginning of finding you. You'll smile at how far you've come from begging for attention to giving yourself everything you once asked for. That's the true definition of freedom, when your happiness no longer depends on someone else's presence. So keep moving forward. Keep loving yourself louder. Keep choosing peace over chaos, clarity over confusion, and self-worth over settling. You owe it to yourself to build a life so fulfilling that you never again question your value. Because the moment you stop wasting time on people who don't deserve you, you finally make space for the love, peace, and happiness that truly do. When you finally walk away from people who didn't deserve you, your heart feels lighter, but your soul might still be tired. Toxic relationships, and whether friendships or love, don't just drain your emotions. They steal your confidence, your energy, and your belief in yourself. You spend so long trying to fix someone else that you forget who you were before the chaos began. Rebuilding that energy and confidence is a process, slow but deeply powerful. It's about remembering your strength, forgiving yourself, and rising again, stronger, wiser, and more in control of your life. First, understand that healing is not weakness. You are not broken because someone mistreated you. You are human for feeling deeply. The fact that you still care, still hope, and still choose to love, even after being hurt, shows the strength of your heart, not its fragility. But now your energy must be redirected toward yourself. You've spent enough time pouring into others. It's time to pour into you. Start by detoxing your environment, emotionally, mentally, and even physically. Remove reminders of people who drained you, messages, pictures, objects, or even playlists that keep you stuck in memories. Clean spaces create clear minds. Surround yourself with people who bring light, not those who cast shadows. When you distance yourself from toxic energy, you give your mind room to breathe and your heart space to heal. Next, focus on rebuilding your confidence. Toxic relationships often leave you doubting your worth, questioning your choices, and feeling like you're not enough. But remember, the way someone treated you says more about them than it ever did about you. Their inability to love you properly does not define your value. Start small. Wake up each morning and remind yourself that you deserve respect, peace, and happiness. Speak kindly to yourself, the way you used to speak kindly to them. Confidence isn't built overnight. It grows when you keep promises to yourself, when you show up even in small ways. Go to the gym, eat healthier, pursue your hobbies, read something inspiring, dress up for yourself. Each step you take for your own growth sends a message to your soul. I am healing. I am enough. I am moving forward, slowly. The version of you that once doubted everything starts standing taller. Another key to rebuilding your energy is protecting your boundaries. Toxic people thrive where boundaries are weak. This time, make sure your peace is non-negotiable. Learn to say no without guilt. Say no to people who take more than they give, to conversations that drain your spirit, to habits that keep you small. Every no to what harms you is a yes to what heals you. Boundaries are not walls. They are filters that protect your peace from being polluted again. As your confidence returns, you'll begin to rediscover your power, the part of you that was buried under years of emotional weight. You'll start doing things that once scared you. You'll trust yourself more. You'll laugh without fear. That's when you'll realize you were never weak. You were just tired of giving too much. You just needed space to rebuild yourself from the inside out. Forgive yourself for the time you lost. You didn't waste those years, you learned. Every heartbreak taught you something valuable about love, trust, and boundaries. You learned what kind of energy you never want again. You learned that you deserve effort, respect, and reciprocation. You learned how to walk away when something feels wrong. That wisdom will guide every relationship you build from now on. As your healing deepens, shift your focus to creating a life that inspires you. Set new goals, personal, emotional, and professional. Reignite the passions you once ignored because someone made you feel small. When you begin chasing your dreams again, you realize that your energy was never lost. It was simply trapped in the wrong place. Take it back. Reinvest it into yourself, your growth, and your purpose. Most importantly, don't rush the process. Healing isn't linear. Some days you'll feel unstoppable. Other days you'll feel like you're starting over. That's okay. The goal isn't perfection. It's progress. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Celebrate that. And one day, it may be sooner than you think, you'll look in the mirror and see someone unrecognizable. Not because you've changed completely, but because you've finally come home to yourself. You'll see someone who's calm, confident, and glowing with self-respect. Someone who no longer settles for less. Someone who knows that peace is the highest form of love. You'll realize that the person you needed all along was never them. It was always you.